Now, the very next inhalation, you start to shift the body weight forward. Now, we're coming to that stillness, and we're not trying to be very bendy. We bring the belly in. Try to keep a flat back. Weight onto your upper body. Exhalation, sit back to child's pose. So we're keeping the very flat back and keep your belly engaged, pushing the floor away. Exhalation, sit back. And going for 2 more, forward and back. And very last one. And we stay here just a little bit longer for child's pose. And then we start to walk the upper body into one direction, coming to a side bend. And start to take a walk the upper body to the other direction. And slowly make our way back to the center. Very next inhalation, shift the weight forward. And this time, bring your knees a little bit closer so they are underneath the hip. We'll pull the belly in. Let's take a leg back. Maybe the leg that is closer to the camera first. And then maybe give that foot some circle this way and that way. And try to level your hip. And whenever we're ready, we start to move that leg and pause it up and down. Inhalation up, exhalation. No, we don't want the breath to be that fast. So continue with the breathing. Just pause that leg and connecting that leg with the belly. And we're staying for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more breath. And then we take that leg across the other leg, going to the other side, and press down to that hand and start to open. And then the top arm might be over your ear. And going for a bit of a space. And exhalation, come back down. So it's the same leg and going toward the elbow. Bend your knee, step it to the outside. And then from here, we're going for one more twist. Still toward each other. If you're looking for more, wrap that arm around your back and start to rotate your chest toward the ceiling. We're taking one more giant breath here. And slowly, let's make our way back. So just the bottom knee. And we slowly make our way up to a gate pose. And take a big breath in. We squeeze that hip. Squeeze the glutes, reach high. Exhalation, hands in front of the heart. And taking a bow and start to hinge forward. So we're going to go back and forth here. Breathing slowly, we rise. And then breathe out, slowly hinge forward. Let's go there 2 more times. Breathing, rise. And feeling all the muscles hugging in around that hip area. 1 more time. Now let's make our way back to the center one more time to the gate. Exhalation, we're going for a side bend toward that straight leg. Explore the gate pose. Slowly, let's make our way back to the center. Breathe in. Exhalation, hinge forward. Now hands on the floor whenever we're ready. We take that leg back and take the other leg out. Keep that leg hip height and circle the foot around, wiggle the toes. And start to engage the belly. Try not to dunk into your back and keep lifting. And keep your hip in that neutral position. And when we're ready, we're adding the pause. A little bit up, a little bit down. Keep breathing deeply. Energy to both arms. And let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Very next breath. Center, cross that leg over, from over on the bottom leg, and then open to the other side and breathe in. Exhalation, the top arm again, maybe reaching over your head. We search for that length. Very next breath, come back. So the same leg again, and step it to the other side. Again, we're going to open one more time into a twist, and this twist should feel really wonderful. And you might want to wrap that arm around your back and rotate the chest a little bit further toward the ceiling. And slowly we make our way back. Now again, adjust the bottom knee, we start to climb up. Coming to that gate pose, sweep the arms through the ceiling, breathe in. Exhalation, hands in front of the heart, we hinge. And let's go there 3 more times. Breathe in, rise. And breathe out, hinge. Going for 2. Last one. And we rise. Let's find a gate pose, the other side, and going for that side bend. Slowly make our way back up, breathe in. Exhalation, hinge. And when we're ready, just relax the hands on the floor. Now bring that knee in, and this time we'll tuck the toes. We'll come to down dog. Pedal your feet or be still. Doing advertisement for this Costco mat, and one thing has to be now slippery. It's slippery. And stay or be still. Or keep paddling your feet. And whenever we're ready, we start to walk the hands toward the feet. Let's come to the back of the mat. Forward fold. Forward fold is restorative, is to calm down the energy. And maybe give our head some shake. Yes, yes, or no, no. And very slowly, let's take a walk with the feet to the heel toe, to mat distance apart, and heels in, toes out. Let's come down into a squat. Relax the shoulders. Keep adjusting the position of the feet if you need adjustment. And stay there for a few more breaths and let everything soften. Sometimes most of the time squat feels good, but sometimes it doesn't feel good. If that's the case, you can always sit on the block. Otherwise, stay there. Now take your time and slowly bring the hands back and start to walk the hands again to the front of the mat to come back to down dog. Walk your feet toward the hands, we're going to the front of the mat. And take a big inhalation. Let's come up halfway. Exhalation, we fold. Inhalation, rise all the way into the ceiling. Exhalation, hands in front of your heart and just stay for a reset. Maybe we like to add balance, so we start to lift onto our tippy toes and then roll all the way back onto the heels. We're rocking forward and back. This has become my favorite movement. It's very focusing, force your body to very calm. Just rock forward and back. It trains the stability of the ankles and trains the balance. At the same time, it's very calming for the mind. Keep sliding your shoulders down away from the ears. Now we're going for one more back and forth. And we find our center. Slide the hand by the hip and take one leg. Let's do the leg that is closer to the camera. It doesn't matter which leg, just one leg. And then start to circle that hip. Breathing the first half of the circle, breathe out the second. Anchoring down to your grounding foot. Now let's take one more circle this way. And circle the other way whenever you're ready. Feel free to touch the wall. If you have a countertop or a chair beside you, you can always put some body weight on it. My daughter forced me to go skating. I've never skated before, so I was holding onto the wall the whole time. But after a while, I noticed I can take the weight off the wall and just the fingers there to help and feeling safe. And we're going for one more circle this way. And the very next breath, we send that leg back, bend the standing leg, and bring that foot to the very, very back of your mat till we'll come down into our lunge. So what happened? We take a big breath in, we slowly open. Maybe we try cactus arm from here. And the very next exhalation, hinge forward. We lift the back knee and lift your belly, shift the weight to that front side. Now we're going to go back and forth. Slowly we rise. Scoop the hip forward and lift your chest. And exhalation going to the other direction, coming into the front leg. Lift your back knee. Now we're going to go there 2 more times. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, hinge. Last time. Now we're going to stay just for maybe 5 more breaths. 4. Let the sensation run through the body. Focus on your belly or focus on the hip. Very next breath, let's slowly lower the hands down. Lower the back knee, lower the back foot. We're going to sit back to the runner stretch. Lift the front toes if you want to and start to go for some circle just to relax that ankle that we just worked on. Relax the calf. And maybe circle the other way. And taking one more circle here. And then we stay here for that runner stretch, or place your opposite hand on the floor and lift your chest enough so we can lengthen the spine. The other hand by your low back And we're twisting toward that front leg and getting the sensation running to the outside of the leg. Maybe add your arm reaching toward the ceiling. Now we're taking one more breath here. And slowly let's make our way back. Bend that front leg. I'll slowly shift away forward. I think, and you like the half moon too. I do. So if you like half moon, we're just going to come up, use a block or hand on the floor and start to open to a half moon. And slowly we ground both feet. On the very next inhalation, we rise. Exhalation, hands in front of the heart and come back to a reset. Two sides might feel different right now. One side feels warmer than the other. Again, we're going to start rocking forward and back if you like. Roll onto our tippy toes and then roll back onto our heels. Breathing forward, breathe out back. Keep your belly engaged. Keep relaxing the shoulders. Every time we're noticing the shoulders are creeping up, slide them down. Always pay attention there. Let's go there one more time, rocking forward and back. And start to come back to the center. Slide a hand on your hip and we're going for the other side. So the other leg lift up and start to circle that thigh bone in the hip socket. Breathing the first half of the circle, breathe out the second. Focus on something that is not moving. Going for one more circle this way. And then switch direction. One more circle this way. And when we're ready, we bring that leg back and slightly bend the standing leg and draw the belly in. We try to reach the toes to the very back of the mat. Once we are ready, we ground the 5 toes down. And slowly, let's scoop that hip forward and let's come back to that crescent lunge and hug into a cactus arm. Breathe in. Exhalation, hinge forward, arms by your side. Let's go there 3 more times. Take your time to find the depths of the breath. Maybe going for 2 more. Last one. Now again, I'm going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and very next breath, we'll lower the hands down, lower the back knee, lower the back foot, and then sit back to runner stretch. This is my bad side. I will have to always have the block. We really have to be careful not to overstretch. The reason I call it the bad side because there is a pin in the sitting bone. That's not a good feeling. So we don't want that feeling. We might want to come a little bit higher and maybe circle that foot. Or circle the foot the other way. Again, we're going to relax those calf muscles, the ankle that we worked on. And then slowly we find our stillness. And when we're ready, we're going for the twist to way down to the opposite hand, the other hand on your low back. Lengthen and lift and rotate. Again, it feels nice if we add arm. And take your time, we'll come back. So we're going into that half moon now. Round the hand or on the block and start to shift the weight forward, pushing onto your grounding foot. Balance out. And then we open to the other side, arms and legs shining away from each other. One more breath. Let's rotate everything down toward the floor. Maybe stay in that forward fold. Let's take a big breath in. We rise all together, one vertebrae at a time. Exhalation, hands in front of your heart. This time we'll take a seat into our chair. Breathe in, draw the energy from the center of the feet till we rise. Squeeze the back side of the body. Breathe out slowly, step back down. Let's go there 2 more times. Breathe in, we rise. Breathe out, down. Last time. Exhalation, maybe stay in chair pose for one more breath. On the very next exhalation, hinge forward and then back to the forward fold. Maybe this time you like to wrap your forearms and let your body sway. When we're ready, hands on the floor, take a leg and then the other back to down dog. And come back onto our hands and knees. And let's make our way to cat and cow, going for reset. Now we're taking one more breath here, cat and cow. When we find a neutral spine, keep your hip just above the knees and start to let your chest soften, puppy dog or melting heart. You can stretch your arms forward or keep your legs, arms bent. Let's take a mild version this time of the day. Very next breath, and slowly we climb back up. And keep your knees just above the hips and slowly rise up. Let's just come into a kneeling position. Then come into our camel pose. Breathe in, scoop forward. Exhalation, we'll go back. We're going to take a bow. This time, both legs. Pin that belly button in. Inhalation, we rise. Exhalation, come back. Inhalation, rise. Exhalation, one more time. Inhalation, rise. We stay. And when we're ready, release the arm and start to circle one and the other. And just release all the tension around your shoulder and neck. I always say yoga is 5,000 years old. We need to upgrade it to our need, our body. A lot of modification. Whenever we're ready, you're just gonna rest one hand by your back. Feel free to catch your heel if it feels good. And I'm gonna reach high into a half camel pose. You like the full camel? Please go for it. I find it's very intense. The full one is too much. Now let's reach high and slowly circle the arm. We'll go into the other one. And slowly both arms reach high. One more breath. Exhalation. This time, pull the belly in. We hinge again forward, and this time we'll come all the way down. Now we're going to reverse the direction of the spine. Bring the knees together if that's nice, and start to round your belly over the thighs. Relax your forehead on the floor. Maybe bring your arms to your side, palms facing up around the shoulder. Coming into the rabbit pose. Sometimes rabbit pose feels good. Sometimes it doesn't. Feel free to adjust if it doesn't feel good today.